Good morning, everybody. Sorry I couldn't make it today. It's kind of the world that we live in nowadays, where I'm unable to be there. Hopefully, I can make it tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest. This is about the fifth time I've tried to record this, and things keep happening that I don't foresee. I tried to do a screen recording, and didn't record the volume. So now I'm trying to replay this and kind of do a voiceover, so it's going to be interesting. Um, we'll see how this goes. So the subject here is two-way tables. We started looking at this a long, long time ago. Then we got caught up in the fantastic opportunity of Patriots Pen. Then we had to go to some remote learning, but now I finally want to revisit the two-way tables here. And then we look at this one. The electronics store polled several of the customers to find whether or not they played games on a tablet or gaming system. So when you look at the two-way table, it's really looking at two different things and how they can possibly relate to each other. So I've got this fancy new drawing extension here. So we're looking at the tablets. All right, so we look at the tablet compared to a gaming system here or no gaming system. And they look at 11 have a tablet and a gaming system, 12 tablet and no gaming system, 3 no tablet and a gaming system, or 49 with neither, no tablet and no gaming system. So looking at the data that they gave us here, 11 customers played on both a tablet and a gaming system. So that's good for W. We've got 11 right there for the tablet and the gaming system, and for Y, but not X, and definitely not Z here. So we look at the next one. 12 customers played on neither a tablet nor a gaming system. So no tablet, no gaming system. That says 49. That's a no-go. Alright, that's supposed to be 12. So it looks like we're left with Y. And that's it. Just to double check everything else, 3 played on only a gaming system, and then we have 49 customers played only on a tablet. So that matches up with everything. So Y is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. I forgot that took a while to load. I don't know what was going on with that. It also took me a while to figure out how to clear everything. So in the very beginning, even though I hovered over it right there, there's a little broom that does a clean sweep. It takes me a few questions to figure out the function to clear it all, so I waste time and have to erase everything. But while I'm erasing, let me read this one. An employer collected data from its employees on whether or not they stay up late and whether or not they drink coffee. And the two-way table shows that. It's late at night. I'm staying up late, and I do not drink coffee, so I bucked the trend here. But regardless, let's take a look at how these match up. Now it does say calculate the relative frequency. We don't really have to calculate the relative frequency. We can look at the numbers themselves. But if we wanted to calculate the relative frequency, we're looking at the 18 that stay up late and drink coffee compared to the total of 27. And we could calculate that. You can take 18 divided by 27, which is 0.6 repeating, or to the nearest hundredth, 0.67. And then we can do the same thing with 9 divided by 27. Alright, that's 1/3, or 0.33 repeating. So 0.33 if you're looking at it. And the cool thing there is the 0.67 and the 0.33, they add up to 1, which is what it should always do. And same thing with the does not drink coffee, as 6 out of 23 is 0.26, and then add that to 1, or take 1 minus 0.26, you get 0.74. So if you needed to calculate relative frequencies, if you ever run into a problem like that, that's how you do it. You look at each individual box compared to the total. Alright, looking at the questions here. So those who stay up late, it says they tend not to drink coffee, and that's 6 compared to 18. That's definitely not the answer there. The next one, those who do not stay up late. So we look at those that do not stay up late. That column says they tend to drink coffee. That's not true either. More actually do not drink coffee. So those who do not stay up late tend not to drink coffee. So those who do not stay up late tend not to drink coffee. And that is 17. That's our winner right there. So we're gonna select C. I'm gonna take that time to erase everything. I promise I find the clean sweep button later on. So moving on to the next question. A group of 85 people were asked whether or not they prefer a bagel or muffin for breakfast and whether or not they prefer milk or orange juice. And it says the results of the poll show that people prefer orange juice over milk regardless of whether they prefer a bagel or a muffin for breakfast. So we're looking for the one where, like we said, no matter what, they prefer orange juice. So we want the higher orange juice numbers compared to the milk numbers. So if we look at W, no good. More milk than orange juice. X looks good. 27 compared to 7 and 33 compared to 18. And just following suit, all the other ones, more milk than orange juice. And at least one of the categories, if not both. So answer definitely X there. Bravo for us. Look at that. Finally found the clean sweep button. Alright, next question. So Joe surveyed 42 boys and girls to see how many of them like hamburgers and how many do not like hamburgers. And he noted the results of the survey in that table below. So the majority of the people, it says, do or do not like hamburgers are girls. And if you look at the like hamburgers, more of them are girls. We got 12 girls compared to 7 boys. So people that do like hamburgers are girls. Majority of the people who do not like hamburgers happen to be boys. So we find the one that there's more boys than girls. That's the one that says do not like hamburgers. So we go the majority of people who do not like, let me try that again, do not like hamburgers are boys. And then looking at just the boys. Alright, so the majority of the boys, 18 compared to 7, do not like hamburgers. Alright, next question. Callie surveyed 40 students at her school to see how many have dogs and or cats, and she found that 40% of students who have dogs don't have cats. Once again, just looking at this information, the totals, 25 plus 15 equals 40, which said there's 40 people. Out of those 40 people, 25 have dogs and 15 do not have dogs. So when we look at 40% of students who have dogs, we look at who has dogs, and that's 25 of them. So that box right there is the one that we're looking at. That don't have cats out of the 25 people that have dogs, and it's 40% of those people. So we have to basically take 40% of 25. And percent literally means divide by 100. So 40% means 40 divided by 100, or that's just 0.40. You can move the decimal place over 2 spots to change that percentage into a decimal. So when we take 40% of 25, we have to take 0.40 times 25. And when we do that, we end up getting 12. 10. Sorry, we end up getting 10. Alright, so 40 times 0.25 is 10. So 10 people don't have cats. That's 40% of 25. Now, looking at this, it has to add up to 25. So if 10 of those 25 don't have cats, 15 of those 25 have to have cats. All right, going across. They all have to add up to the total as well. So 10 plus 8 is 18. 15 plus 7 is 22. And then if you look vertically at the totals, 22 plus 18, that ends up being 40. So everything adds up to what it needs to be. So moving on to the next question. All right, Clemency served breakfast to 125 soccer players. So 125 soccer players, all the numbers in the table have to add up to 125. That's going to come into play a little bit later on. So the soccer players could choose from either oatmeal or yogurt for breakfast, and they could choose to add either strawberries or blueberries to their oatmeal or yogurt. So after Clemency finished her serving breakfast, she concluded that the soccer players who choose oatmeal also tend to choose blueberries. So we need to focus on the oatmeal columns, and it should be more blueberries than strawberries. So W and X have that, but Y and Z do not. So we have to figure out of W and X which one's different and which one actually applies to the situation. So once again, we mentioned we needed 125 total. So if we look at W and add the 25, the 30, the 50, and the 25, 50 plus 30, that's 80, and 25 and 25 is 50. 80 plus 50, that's 130. That's too many. And if we look at the other ones, 30 and 20 is 50, plus another 50 is 100, leaving us with that extra 25, so that's 125. That is definitely X is our answer. Got 125 total people, and follows the tendency that we were looking for. Let's do a clean sweep here. Okay. Deli is offering a promotion where a customer can purchase a dessert item for 99 cents with a purchase of a sandwich, soup, or salad meal. So the two-way table shows what is purchased. Once again, it says calculate relative frequency. We don't necessarily have to calculate the relative frequency. We can just go ahead and look at the numbers. So those who order soup tend not to order dessert. So we're looking at the soup row and tend to not order dessert. That's not correct. More people order dessert, so we can eliminate A there. B, those who order salad tend to order dessert. So we look at the salad row here, and we see that more people do not get dessert. So those who order salad, nope, they don't get dessert. So definitely not B. C, maybe, but let's take a look at D first. So those who order a sandwich tend to not order dessert. When you're looking at these numbers, dessert's bigger. So that one also incorrect. So it's got to be C. It's the only one left. None of those tendencies are correct. Alright, so now we're getting into phones and text messaging plans. Those who have a smartphone tend to not have a text messaging plan. We can get right into this. So we look at the smartphone column, and it says tend not to have a text messaging plan. Looks like most of them tend to have a text messaging plan. 82 compared to 33, so no good. B, those who do not have a smartphone tend not to have a text messaging plan. So if you do not have a smartphone, it actually looks like you tend to have a text messaging plan. Those who have a smartphone, someone's going to go back to the first column, tend to have a text messaging plan. And that, honestly, that makes most sense. If you have a phone, you're going to text on it. Probably going to end up with both. So, C. That is our correct answer. C means yes in Spanish. Okay. This one. I'm going to be honest with you. I got tripped up on this one. I got this one incorrect, and you'll see how I learn from my mistakes. So looking at those who do not have a computer are more likely to have the internet, and that's true. No computer, 0 people have the internet. Second one, looking at a computer, 32 people have the internet, so you're likely to have the internet. I eliminated B because I missed it. It says less likely to not have the internet, which is kind of like that double negative, which is what I'm pointing out with C, saying less likely to not have the internet. So that eliminates C, but I erroneously select D because I figured, well, it wasn't A, B, or C, so D was the correct answer, not having one. But you'll see, I messed up. So, a good lesson to be learned from that is you can make mistakes. You can be a math teacher teaching math and mess up, and that's okay. And that's the beauty of the technology that we use with Alex and Study Island, is you're allowed to make a mistake and go back and do it. And do it again and hopefully learn from your mistakes and get it correctly. So, like I said, I'm pointing out it says less likely not to have internet, which is kind of like that double negative. So it really means they're going to have it. Apparently the first time I did this, I talked a lot. I don't know what I was saying. Alright, final question. So people at City Council voted on a ballot measure at their last meeting, and they're from 3 different districts, and they either voted for or they voted against. Once again, we could look at the relative frequencies if we wanted to, but we don't really need to. But it's just looking at, okay, we have 13 out of 37. We would have 12 out of 38, 10 out of 38, 16 out of 38, so on and so forth. So the first one. Those who vote for the ballot tend to be from District 2. Alright, so looking at for or against. And if we look at for, most people seem to be from District 2. Alright. I think right here I'm just pointing out how we have an even number of people from all the districts. Alright. And I think I misread this question at first. Like I said, it's pretty late. Right now it's actually 11 o'clock when I'm trying to do this. I normally go to bed at about 9, but doing this for the good of the order here. So once again, we're looking at 4. So I know which row I'm looking at. 4, I have 13 in District 1, 15 in District 2, 9 in District 3. That's definitely the correct answer because the majority of them are from District 2. So the answer is A. And just to kind of make sure that none of the other questions are correct, B is those who vote against tend to be from District 1, but it looks like those who vote against more are from District 3. So that's why it's not B. C, those who vote against the ballot. So once again, voting against says they tend to be from District 2, but once again, it's supposed to be District 3, so that's incorrect. Those who vote for the ballot, we already said that's District 2. More people from District 2, so the correct answer is A. Alright, so this is not quite a 20-minute video, so not quite half the time. We got through 10 questions together with me explaining, talking in 20 minutes. Your task is going to be to go into Study Island and do this on your own in about 20 minutes. Should be very doable. So take time now. You can log into Study Island. You need to go into the literature class. So you go into Study Island, the view classes, find the literature with Mazurowski class. Go to that. Go to view assignments, and you will see the two-way table assignment in there waiting for you patiently to get it done. As I said before, I apologize for not being there today. Hopefully, I'll make it again tomorrow, because teaching in person is so much better than doing this stuff online. If you have any questions, reach out to me through email. I will try to be available throughout the day to answer questions as you need. And that goes for all your classes, not just literature, math class, or during WIN. If you need help, go ahead and reach out. I'll hopefully see everybody tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to all of the 100% that you're going to earn.